What's going on, everyone? So I love how, like the media and like headlines and stuff are like JJ Redick's third quarter tirade and all this. Like, relax. The guy's yelling at his team. He's being a coach, right? It's crazy. Crazy that the Lakers actually have a coach that's not just standing there like, yep, we got to really ride these guys, like play some good defense. Yep. Hey, let's do it without fouling, right? Like, no, I loved it. I love that JJ Redick. It's just, I find it funny that, all the headline stuff are like, he really went on this rant and this tirade. Like, again, he's being a coach. But I dove into JJ Redick specifically and how much I enjoyed that, and how much I love seeing a coach with real passion, real just like he wants to win as much as the guys do, right? Like if he could, he would lace up and get out there. And at times I wish he could. At times I look at him like, man, I wish this guy could just like lace him up one time and go knock down some shots for us. I love the passion. I love the commitment. I love how much he wants to win, right? You need a coach like that. You need a coach that'll match the players' intensity, right? You need a coach that, hey, if you can't match me and I'm not playing, why are you even out here on the basketball court? I love it. But one of the things that I didn't touch on in that video that I really want to touch on is LeBron James' acceptance. Now, in that video, if you saw it, like I did go like, hey, it helps that LeBron bought in, but I really want to focus on that for this video because that is the biggest piece of all of this, right? Is JJ Redick doesn't have head coaching experience, right? He's respected as a player and as a basketball mind coming in, but he's not a guy that has like this pedigree of, head coaching experience where like, Phil Jackson's there. I don't care who you are. You're, yep, yes, sir, right? Like, Greg Popovich, same thing, right? You're, yep, yes, sir, right? Like you when they're talking, you listen, right? Because you are not better as a player than they are as a coach, right? So JJ Redick obviously has a lot of growth and development over the years, right? I've talked about how we may have found our pop, right? Our Greg Popovich, not in the accolade sense, not in the history of coaching ranks, nothing like that, in the sense of like, hey, we might have our coach for the next 20 years. I mean, JJ's young enough to be our coach for the next 30 plus years, right? So we got a coach that essentially can be our head coach as long as he feels like it, until he gets sick of being it, which I don't know if he ever will, right? Like, he's one of those guys that probably will be willing to die on the sidelines, right? Like, bury me underneath the hardwood, right? And I love that. We need that. But more than anything, LeBron James and the way he responds to those things. Because JJ wasn't just screaming. He was screaming at Rui. He was looking right at LeBron, screaming at Luka, screaming at everybody. And everyone sat there and listened. But LeBron also understands. He accepts it. He doesn't push back. He doesn't say anything. Right? We've had coaches try to say, David Blatt and all kinds of, Darvin Ham even, he's taking clipboards and drawing up the plays. And one of the things that I talked about when we hired JJ was LeBron has to buy in. If LeBron doesn't buy in, then JJ's not going to be able to get through everyone else, right? Because it starts with your guy. LeBron is the guy. He is the leader. He is everything. JJ Redick, yes, he's the guy with the clipboard that is supposed to be the leader. But when you have a guy like LeBron James and the history that he has, he's always going to be the guy at the end of the day. If he becomes coachable, everyone else is going to fall in line. If he's pushing back and he's kind of like, man, I ain't trying to hear that right now type thing, right? Like, or anything like that. It sets the tone and the standard for everyone else. And that's where the problem lies. That's the issue. LeBron has to be, or it can be an issue. Correction, let me rephrase it. Can be an issue. LeBron has to be completely and fully bought in. And he has been. And I love that, right? I mean, even media is asking, oh, how did you feel about JJ's explosion in the third quarter? He's like, hey, listen to the message, right? Like, we know that he'll kind of pop off and stuff like that. We love it, but it's about the message. What is he saying, right? He's not just ranting and screaming and yelling just to rant and scream and yell. He's not just going on a tirade, right? He's actually getting points across. He's just passionate. He wants to win. He's he's frustrated because you're not doing your job, right? Like, do your job, right? Like you said, what the are you guys doing? Right? Well, that was what his tirade was. Like, this isn't a tirade. He wasn't out there just blabbing and just screaming a bunch of nonsense. He was trying to get across to his players, right? But LeBron keeps, defending it. He was even recently asked again about it. And he talked about how, hey, we need that passion. We need that, right? Like, LeBron being willing to accept it, allow somebody to coach him and yell at him and treat him like everyone else. That's what you need. Darvin Ham, one of the big things was that they didn't practice, which JJ practices. They didn't practice, and not only did they not practice, but the LeBron and Anthony Davis never got criticized. Nothing. I mean, Russell Westbrook even talked about it. Dude, like, I'm the only one that, like, LeBron, anybody else, he's like, I'm fine. You can criticize me. I don't care. But you can't, I'm not going to be the only one getting criticized, right? Like, I'm the only one messing up. Like, I'm the only one missing rotations and doing this and doing that, right? So, like, that's the thing, is that you got to have people that are willing to, you have to have stars that are willing to listen. You have to have stars that are willing to take in that criticism. Because if you get a guy, all it takes is one guy to mess up the locker room. And then you start losing your stars, right? And then all of a sudden you start getting the rumors, oh, he lost, JJ Redick lost the locker room, right? I mean, look, Mike Malone just won a championship 2 years ago, was fired. Like, Frank Vogel won a championship, was fired, right? Like, you're seeing guys regularly that have won championships that are fired. Why? Because they lost the locker room, right? Stars don't want to listen to them anymore, right? The moment we signed JJ, I said it boils down to LeBron. He's LeBron's guy, right? But I trust LeBron to buy in more with JJ than he has any other coach, right? Because, again, he knows JJ. He respects JJ enough. He has a relationship with JJ Redick. Luka, all these guys have the same thing, but LeBron understands JJ's basketball mind. He understands JJ's perspective. He understands the things that it's going to take to get everyone else bought in. If JJ's not able to correct, criticize, and point out LeBron, then you start getting another guy like, man, I'm the only one ever getting criticized. None of these other guys get criticized. And now people start getting in their feelings, right? And all of a sudden, the things start to shift. Things start to change. You bring in Luka, and only Luka's getting hey, Luka, man, come on, dude, you're missing, not playing defense, you're not doing rotations. He's like, dude, how come like, what, LeBron and all these other, like, why am I the, all of a sudden, again, the narrative changes. But if you can go to LeBron and be like, dude, what is this? What, come on, man, what is this? Look, can you at least do the, right? Pretend, right? Like, if you can start doing that, if you can start calling out your best player, one of the greatest players ever, if he's coachable and he's listening and he's respecting JJ and he's taking in what JJ, again, that is so valuable, right? It's what I've talked about. It's what I really wanted. But you have this moment that was just so highlighted, which I love because it shows everything you want to see. In my opinion, that was probably one of the best moments we have seen all season because it shows JJ Redick's passion, JJ Redick as a head coach, LeBron James and Luka Doncic as players listening to him, right? LeBron wasn't like, man, doing any of this stuff or getting up and walking away. Anthony Davis walked away from Darvin Ham one time when he was trying to, in a huddle and just walked away. Like, I ain't trying to hear any of that stuff, and just walked away. What did LeBron? LeBron sat there, looked at him. Luka was standing there looking at him, and he was going off, ranted, screaming at everybody, looking at LeBron, looking at Luka, looking at Rui, looking at Reeves, going off on all of them. We've seen him scream at Reeves. We've seen him scream at guys. Dorian Finney-Smith. We've seen JJ pop off like dude, Austin Reeves, he was screaming at that one time, right? What was it and yelling? And there was another time we was yelling at him to get in the corner, right? Like, move over. And he's like screaming at Reeves. Reeves is like, what am I doing? He's like, get the, and then it created that advantage play for Hayes, right? So again, I love that because he's passionate. The team is passionate. Team wants to win. JJ wants to win. But at the end of the day, you need your stars to buy in. If you lose your stars, you lose your locker room. right? Because if some random player, you know, if whatever Jackson Hayes doesn't like JJ Redick, everyone's like, dude, like, okay, just don't play him, right? Like, no one cares. No, like no one's following Jackson Hayes' lead. I'm just using him as an example, but I'm just saying, like, no one's following that lead. No, even guys like Rui, Dorian Finney-Smith, even you can even argue Austin Reeves, right? Like if he's just like, I'm not feeling JJ, like it doesn't really matter, right? But if LeBron does that, if Luka does that, we have a very different situation here. All of a sudden, you know, players like, man, if LeBron doesn't respect, you know, like this guy's gonna be on. This guy's out of here soon. Don't worry, LeBron's gonna make sure that guy's gone, right? Like it changes everything. The fact that LeBron was willing to buy in and accept it and stand by it, and has shown time and time again that he's willing to embrace JJ and let him. Hey, you want to pop off? Pop off. I'm here. I'm listening. All right. Yes, coach. Right? Like that's what you need. You need that level of respect. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Feel what your thoughts? Agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle. How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.